So, if you want to get somebody absolutely obsessed with you, then you're in for a treat because I am going to give you six little pointers on how to get any man you want totally obsessed with you. And I'm going to do this in less than 15 minutes. So this is going to be nice and easy for you girls. Now, my name is Sadia Khan and I have coached countless men and women over the years. And the reason why I'm so useful in this area is because I speak to men every single day. I know exactly how they think and feel. And I'm going to share that with you girls so you know how to get these guys absolutely obsessed with you. So what does it even mean to have somebody obsessed with you? Now, one of the things I always recommend is you want somebody obsessed with you, but the key ingredient is you also have to value and respect them. If you just have somebody obsessed with you that you're not truly attracted to, you're not really that impressed by, they become a puppy and you will lose respect for them and you won't really want them in your life permanently. But what I want you to do is look for a man that you truly respect, that you truly want a life with, and getting him obsessed with you. What that simply means is whatever is your wish and your ideal outcome for this relationship, he's happy to get you there. So if you want to get married, he's happy to do that for you. If you want to have children, he's happy to do that for you. If you want to move and live somewhere else, he's happy to do that for you. So my version of obsession is not a puppy dog who just kind of submits to you because you will end up losing respect for that guy, but a man that you have the vision that you've always envisioned for your life and he's willing to help you get there. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So here are 6 simple steps that will help get him obsessed with you. Now, the first and foremost, and I know this is a tricky one, but it's really important. And I'm saying this from my own personal experience as well. You have to have a life of purpose, meaning, and one that you are passionate about. If you are a woman with a life that you don't like, there is going to be no man that's truly going to be obsessed with you. And if he is obsessed with you, he's probably just a loser. You need to live a life that you are passionate about, because here's the thing. When you have no passions, when you're not working, when you're not doing anything with your life, you don't like your life, what ends up happening is you become obsessed with your man. You will monitor what time he's coming home, how long it took him to reply, where he was. You're going to become obsessed with him. So you'll never get that power dynamic where he's obsessed with you, because you will always be available. Whereas if you have a life that you are passionate about, and what that simply means is you have work that you enjoy, you have friends that you love, you have a family that you can spend your time with, you have a life that you enjoy with or without him, he is far more likely to respect your time, respect your energy, and become obsessed with you. And the reason being is because he knows he has to earn his spot in your life. Women that don't like their life, don't have a job, don't have a career, don't have anything that they're passionate about, he will just enter her life and she'll be willing to marry him simply because he said, do you want to hang out? She'll be willing to marry him. But when she has a life that she's passionate about and that one that she enjoys, he has to beat that life she already lives and the enjoyment she already has. So he automatically has a challenge. When they have that challenge, they invest more, they work harder, they get more addicted to you. But when you are not a challenge, because he just has to simply turn up and you're already there and you've been sat at home in your pajamas all day, he will lose respect for you and there's no way he can be obsessed with you. You will be obsessed with him. So the first thing is to have a life that you are passionate about. Now, the second step is naturally exuding confidence. And what confidence basically looks like is your internal message to yourself is one that is positive, and you assume people are going to think positively of you. And what I mean by this is people who are confident, it's a bit like people who have money. When they walk into Hermes, they're naturally very confident. They'll say, show me this, show me that. Naturally, they exude confidence. When you don't have money and you walk into Hermes, you're nervous, you're anxious. You're like, oh, is this person going to judge me? You're constantly worried what they're going to think of you. Confidence is like the credit card in your pocket. It's teaching other people whether or not you belong here. Now, women with high confidence, what happens with them is they have this attitude towards men that if you enter my life and if I'm with you, you're lucky. And they don't mean that in a narcissistic way. They mean it in a way that I know I'm fun, I know that I'm caring, I know that I'm loyal, I know that I'm loving. They have this confidence based on social proof that they have good qualities. Confidence without having good qualities is narcissism. Confidence with having really kind, nurturing, loving qualities is what will actually get a man obsessed with you. So what that looks like is when he is disrespectful, when he is treating you badly, no problem. You will carry on living that life that you enjoy and you will meet somebody who's nicer to you and you walk with that confidence. When you don't have confidence, what will happen is when he is not treating you well, when he is not respecting you, you start nagging, you start begging, you start pleading, and he won't change and you'll keep begging and nagging and pleading. What confidence looks like is you have a willingness to walk away when this man does not meet your needs, when this man is not treating you right. There's consequences to his poor behavior. Lack of confidence, lack of joy, what that looks like is I will take up absolutely anything you say and do. I will put up with everything, but I'll just nag and moan about it forever. You don't want that. So when they see that you will stay regardless of their behavior, They can't be obsessed with you because you're not making them earn that obsession. You'll stay regardless. But when they know that there's certain behaviors they can't do because they'll lose you, there's certain words they can't use with you because they'll lose you, that when they fear losing you because you have the confidence to walk away, they are far more likely to be obsessed with you. Now, one of the most important ingredients that women forget when they're trying to get a man obsessed with them is they don't have a network. And what I mean by that is they don't surround themselves with supportive family, friends, nothing. Their man is their everything. Their goal in life is just to have a boyfriend. Their goal in life is just to have a husband. They don't care for the other types of relationships in their life. So they don't really invest in their friends. They don't have friends. They're introverts. They don't really have colleagues. They don't invest in that. They don't have good relationships with their family. They don't have cousins, parents, anybody. Their whole life and identity revolves around a man. So they don't have a supportive network. Now, when you don't have a supportive network, what ends up happening is the man has no competition in your world. What I mean by that is he never has to think, oh, she might be out with her friends. Oh, so I have to, plan a good date for her because otherwise she's going to go with her friends. Or she's going to be with her family. So I have to make sure I call her at the right time. And I make sure I call her before it gets to lunch because I know she'll get busy with other people throughout the day. He has no competition because you've got no alternatives, no support network, nobody else in your life. Whereas when you have a good circle around you, what will happen is he will learn that he has to treat you just as good as those other people in order to earn a seat at your table. So an important ingredient in order to get any man obsessed with you is you have to have a very supportive network. I see so many girls being like, I cut off all my friends, I have no friends, I've got a tiny, tiny, tiny circle. That's not good. You're a loser if you have that. You need a large circle, and that large circle, what that does is it gives him competition. It gives you a mental break from your relationship. You will not be obsessed with your partner because you've got so many people in your life that you can spend quality time with. If your partner's not available, you're booked and busy. But if you have no one in your life, when your partner's not available, you're going to be calling his phone. When your partner's not available, you're going to be checking when he's last online in WhatsApp. When your partner's not available, you're going to be seeing if he's followed anyone new on Instagram. You don't have a supportive network. That is an essential ingredient to get any man obsessed with you. Now, the next step to getting anybody obsessed with you is having such a clear vision of where you see your life. And what I mean by that is if you are 25 years old, you think to yourself, by the time I'm 30, I want X, Y, Z. It might be I want to travel a few countries, or it might be I want to move to another country. It might be I want a solid career. It might be saying I want to be married with kids. Now, when you are meeting a partner, you ask yourself, will they make this vision possible, or will they stop this vision? And if they stop this vision because they've got commitment issues, if they stop this vision because they don't have any plans or to get married, or they've got, a million issues that's stopping them from getting there. They're an alcoholic, they're this, that, and the other. You say, screw you, I've still got this vision. My vision is more important than the man itself. I don't mean that to be mean or harsh. The vision is more important than the man. Your vision is far more important than the man. And what I mean by this is so many women derail themselves. And what I mean by this is because they meet a man that they fall in love with and get obsessed with, they might have had a vision to get married and have kids. But because he doesn't want that, she wastes 6 or 7 years of her fertile years following and chasing this loser rather than focusing on her vision. And then she's left with nothing by the end of it. And so what you want to do instead is any man that fits your vision, perfect, he enters your life. If he doesn't fit your vision, you say, I wish you the best. I'll love you from a distance. I'll be happy for you if you move on. But unless you align with my vision, I'm not spending any time, money, energy on you at all. When he realizes that you have a vision and your obsession is with your own vision where you see yourself, not with him, he will adjust himself to go aligned with your vision. But when he sees that you will forget your vision, where you see yourself, just to be with him, he can't be obsessed with you. He doesn't need to. You'll follow him. So follow your vision rather than following the man. Now, the next stage, and this is a really important one, is to the typical attract, not chase. Now, the reason why this is so important is somebody who was very much a control freak myself and would always, if my husband's not talking to me, I'd kind of be like, oh, please talk to me, and chase him and chase him and chase him until he kind of, softens with me, especially during arguments. I had this anxiety. I couldn't relax until, we'd be on good terms, whereas he would just need space. I would say that chasing is really, really unattractive. It's super, super unattractive. And it's not feminine. It's not attractive. It will never get a man obsessed with you. And the reason being is when you are a woman who chases a man down, he knows that if you have a fight, you're going to call endlessly. You're going to turn up at his house. You're going to try and resolve the argument. He doesn't have to obsess over you because he knows within a day you'll call him. He knows within a couple of hours you'll message him. He knows that you won't be able to concentrate at work. You'll just focus on him. He doesn't have to be obsessed with you. But I don't mean give him stonewalling and start giving him silent treatment or anything like that. But when you've tried everything to make the relationship work and it's not working, you do not chase after a relationship that is not going to help your vision anyway. you don't chase those relationships. You let them go. You believe in God, or you believe in whatever it is that you believe in, he will be replaced with something that's better for you. If you keep chasing, it's impossible for him to be obsessed with you. So being stoic is really important, because what it will do is, if he loves and cares about you and is obsessed with you, you'll realize in that moment, because you've given him space, he's come back to you, he's chased you, you realize he's obsessed. But when you keep chasing, you won't even know if this man is even with you because you're convenient, because you're available, or because he's actually in love with you and is obsessed with you. So really, and I know this is hard because I'm crazy as well, I know how difficult it is, but you attract, don't chase. As difficult as it might be, if you follow the other steps of having a good community, having people around you, having a life that you enjoy, you won't need to chase. So never chase. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Every single step I just told you will be absolutely useless if you select the wrong man. Selecting the wrong man, and what I mean by this is somebody who can't get you your vision that you want, is not faithful, has addictions, has problematic childhood, is not very good with women, has commitment issues, all of those things. Getting that man to be obsessed with you is a waste of everybody's time. It's such a waste of time. I've seen so many women try and get unfaithful men to be obsessed with them, or trying to get addicted men to be faithful to them, or trying to get men with terrible relationships with their father to be obsessed with them. You don't want that guy. Trust me. Even if he becomes obsessed with you one day, he's a loser. You won't want that. The better thing to do is make sure your selection is the most important thing. You've selected a good person. You've selected somebody who would be a great father. You've selected somebody who knows how to be a husband, somebody who has the traits to give you a life that you enjoy. Once you've selected well, then practice all the steps that I've said to you. But if he's not that guy, do not waste your precious, precious, precious time, because trust me, babe, fertility is short. You don't have forever to become a mother. You don't have forever to become a wife. You don't have forever to build your own family. Do not waste it on a terrible man. Preserve it for somebody who deserves that position. And girls, if you have any tips on what has helped to get your husband as obsessed with you, or your boyfriend obsessed with you, what really helped you go from a woman that chases to a woman that attracts, just leave your comments below so that you can help people as well. I know I like to give a lot of advice, but you guys are filled with so much wisdom as well. So please drop your comments below. I will be making sure that I reply to all of those, and I'll pin the best piece of advice in my comment section.